Justin Bieber was poppin' his sup-rars on the hardwood Thursday night, showing off that endless, effortless range that made everyone in the building stop and stare. The pop superstar wasn't on stage this time. There were no flashing lights, backup dancers, or concert pyrotechnics, but the same magnetic energy that has followed him since his teenage years was alive and pulsing through the gym. It was game night in Los Angeles, and Bieber, the 31-year-old global icon known for transforming pop culture with his voice and vulnerability, was in his element with a basketball in hand. The matchup took place at SRGN Studios, home to some of LA's most exclusive runs, the kind where athletes, artists, and influencers come together not for publicity, but for the love of the game. Team Sky LRK, led by Justin, was facing off against Hercy Miller, the son of rap legend Master P, and his squad LRG. The crowd inside wasn't massive, but it was electric. Every squeak of sneakers on the polished court echoed off the studio walls. Every bounce of the ball drew eyes to the players. And every deep shot from Bieber had people leaning forward with their phones ready. From the moment the ball tipped off, it was clear Justin wasn't there to coast. He was locked in, laser-focused, but having fun in that boyish, contagious way that only he can. Wearing a relaxed jersey and his signature calm expression, Bieber started heating up from deep. He drained his first three-pointer like it was nothing, a clean swish that made his teammates erupt in cheers and the crowd cheer even louder. You could tell that this wasn't just a casual hobby for him. It was something deeper, something that reconnected him with his roots, his competitive spirit, and his love for being active outside the chaos of fame. For years, fans have known Justin's love for basketball. He's played pickup games with NBA stars, joined celebrity tournaments, and even been seen practicing late into the night with friends. But what made this particular night special wasn't just the shots he made. It was how free he looked doing it. There was no pressure to perform, no critics waiting to dissect his every move. Just Justin, the ball, and the rhythm of the game. Team Skylark fought hard, but in the end, the scoreboard told a different story. Hercy Miller and LRG managed to pull off a solid win with a 107-88 final score. Yet for Bieber, the numbers didn't seem to matter. Win or lose, he was beaming, laughing, high-fiving, and hugging teammates and even members of the opposing team. He chopped it up with VIP guests and familiar faces who came to watch, effortlessly blending star power with humility. Those around him noticed it, a sense of peace that has seemed to grow stronger in recent years, especially as he's matured into fatherhood and embraced a quieter, more grounded lifestyle. Of course, the night wasn't entirely perfect. At one point, Bieber pulled up from way downtown, a shot so bold that the entire gym went silent as the ball left his fingertips. Everyone's eyes followed its high arc through the air until it clipped the rafters above the court, drawing a collective laugh. Justin threw his hands up in mock disbelief, smiling wide, and even took a playful bow as the crowd erupted in laughter. It was one of those moments that showed why people love him, not just for the fame or the music, but for the humanity he brings everywhere he goes. He doesn't hide from his mistakes. He embraces them, laughs about them, and turns them into moments of connection. Interestingly, Hailey Bieber wasn't spotted courtside that night. She either decided to skip the game to enjoy some quiet time, or, as some speculated, kept a super low profile to avoid drawing attention. The couple has been seen doing their own thing more often lately, focusing on their individual passions while still maintaining a strong connection behind the scenes. Hailey has her thriving skincare brand and fashion projects, while Justin continues to balance his music, spiritual journey, and moments like these that allow him to simply live. For those who've followed Bieber's journey since his early days on YouTube, this version of him feels like a full-circle moment. The boy who once performed in small-town talent shows is now a man finding joy in the simple, everyday moments that fame often takes away. The sweat, the sound of a ball hitting the rim, the camaraderie among friends. When he plays, it's not about cameras or headlines. It's about the game itself, the discipline, the joy, the freedom. A few weeks prior, Justin had already made headlines after facing off against his old team, Neemias, in another intense game. Spectators said the energy was unreal. Every time he touched the rock, the gym came alive, a mixture of surprise and admiration for a guy who, despite global superstardom, still plays like it's an after-school scrimmage with friends. Whether he was driving to the rim or pulling up from deep, There was a spark in him that reminded people of why he's always stood out: the confidence, the precision, and that rare ability to make everything look effortless. That love for sports isn't new either. Just a few days before this basketball showdown, Justin had been spotted showing off his futsal skills, sprinting across the small court, quick on his feet, showcasing the same kind of discipline and control that translates into his music career. He's been taking his cardio seriously, and it shows. With his Coachella headlining set just months away, it's clear he's preparing not just vocally but physically, ensuring that when he takes the stage, he'll deliver with the energy that defined his greatest performances. What's most inspiring is the way Bieber has managed to channel his competitive energy into positivity. He's no longer chasing validation the way he once did. He's simply enjoying life on his terms. That's a major transformation for someone who grew up under an unforgiving spotlight, a teenager thrust into a world of relentless attention and criticism. Now, as a grown man, he seems to have found the balance he's always needed. Whether he's shooting hoops or performing in front of thousands, it's the same Justin, passionate, playful, and present in the moment. People who were at SRGN Studios that night couldn't stop talking about how good the vibes were. There were no pretensions, no tension, just laughter, camaraderie, and a sense of genuine fun. Even Hersey Miller, who led his team to victory, was seen chatting and laughing with Bieber after the game, both men dapping each other up in a mutual show of respect. For those in attendance, it felt less like a celebrity exhibition and more like a gathering of talented people who simply love to compete. And it's that love of the game, that hunger for friendly competition, that mirrors Bieber's approach to his career. He's constantly reinventing himself, pushing limits, experimenting with sound, and finding new ways to express his truth. The court, in many ways, is just another stage. The dribble of the ball replaces the beat of a track. The crowd's cheers replace applause. And just like in music, when he finds his rhythm, he's unstoppable. In the grand scheme of his life, this game might have been just another Thursday night. But for those who watched him play, it was more than that. It was a glimpse into the unfiltered, unguarded version of Justin Bieber, a man who's been through fame's highs and lows, who's stumbled and risen again, and who now finds joy not in perfection, but in participation. His smile said it all. He didn't need to win to feel fulfilled. He just needed to play. Off the court, Justin's life seems to be entering a phase defined by peace and purpose. His faith remains at the center of everything he does, guiding him through the ups and downs of fame, relationships, and personal growth. He's been vocal about mental health, about learning to slow down, about surrounding himself with people who bring out the best in him. Nights like these, filled with laughter, movement, and simple joy, are proof that he's doing exactly that. As the final buzzer sounded and players began to drift off the court, Bieber stayed back for a bit, chatting with fans, signing autographs, and posing for quick photos. You could tell he was tired, beads of sweat on his forehead, jersey clinging to him. But there was a calm glow about him, the kind that comes from genuine happiness. It's the same glow fans see when he's on stage singing his heart out, or when he's at home with Haley sharing a quiet Sunday morning.